MPE has changed my life because without them, I'd be out of business. I'd be a police officer again, which I hate and hated. I wouldn't have the financial freedom I have today. I wouldn't have the free life I have today. With MPE, I'm successful, making more money than I ever have in my life, and happier than I ever been in my life. My name is Jason Goggans, and I own Body Back Fitness Boot Camps in Marietta, Georgia. I got serious about the fitness industry about 7, 8 years ago. I was a police officer, and I was doing training on the side, like I said, on a small scale. And I didn't enjoy being a cop anymore. I actually was becoming pretty miserable a few years into it, and would love going to train clients. Hated going to be a police officer. So I made a decision in my mind that I wanted to go forward with fitness, and started researching fitness businesses and found Fitness Together. In 2003, September 2003, I opened my own studio, and then 2 years later opened another Fitness Together studio, and had those for about 5 years, and sold them both in January of 2008. From there, I took about 8 months off from being an owner just to kind of mentally decompress, and in October of 2008, I started my boot camps, which have taken off and have been fantastic, and haven't looked back since. The last year of owning Fitness Together was tough. Overhead was through the roof. We were trying to go find $30,000, $35,000 a month just to pay our bills, and money in the bank started to run out, and it's a very tough feeling watching the bank account do this and the revenue not do this. And the last year was a grind, but that last month, December of 2007, was hands down one of the worst months of my life. It was no sleep, eating bad foods, not exercising, just sleeping 2 hours a night. There were many nights I'd go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, and at 4:30 I'm wide awake, staring at the ceiling, just nervous and scared because I didn't know what the future was going to hold. There's no money left in the bank. We still had $35,000 a month in overhead. When I got into this industry, I had a huge passion for it. I had a love for it, and that experience has zapped the love away. It wasn't there anymore. It was about work and making money, and how can I go find the money to pay my bills and pay my trainers, and that is a very tough way to live life. So when we sold the studio in January of 2008, it was one of the best days of my life. I'll never forget the day, and it was I knew that the future was bright because I now kind of had a new lease on life and was able to go do something that I knew was going to work, and I learned a lot of lessons, made a lot of mistakes as an owner of the studio, but I knew I could take those mistakes, learn from them, and do something bigger, better, and greater moving forward. So it was a very, very exciting time and a relief, and it was a great moment. Well, I got introduced to Eric when I first opened my studio in 2003. When you opened a franchise at that time, they gave you a binder with all his materials in it and his letter sequences and postcards and all that good stuff, and ended up using one of the sequences out of there that's now become infamous, and that's the Icing on the Cake series, which literally kept my doors open for 5 years. So that's how I was first introduced to Eric, and then MPE approached me, and I knew Eric was a part of the organization. I didn't know Eric, but I knew his stuff, and I trusted him, and that was 2007. I joined Platinum, and the relationship's only grown since then, and I still owe everything I've got to those guys. So I knew I wanted to do a boot camp in the area, so I started kind of laying the groundwork, and MPE at the time didn't really have a boot camp component, so I didn't even think MPE was an option as far as setting up my boot camp. And I remember having a conversation with Sean one day saying, he's asking me what my goals are, he knew I sold my studio, he was checking in with me, and just kind of wanted to see how things were going, and I told him, hey, I'm starting a boot camp, and I told him I really didn't know what I was doing, but we're going to hope for the best. And Sean said, well, you know what if we helped you? And of course I jumped all over that, and then from that moment forward, I designed my own website, went through a program, designed my own website, and then Sean said, it's good, but here's something better. Introduced me to the current website that I have, and then started, introducing me to some marketing materials, and really helped me along, and I'm very thankful for that, because had I moved forward without MPE with my boot camp, it would not have, I wouldn't be here today. There's no question in my mind. I was looking to launch in August of 2008, and about a week or two before I was looking to launch my first boot camp ever, we had a location set, we started our marketing, everything was ready to go. My mom got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and we didn't know how long she was going to live, and unfortunately she lived about 30 more days, and she died on September 8th of 2008. So that delayed everything 2 months. So now we had about $2,000 in the bank. Now we're delayed 2 months. We have nothing left. If this didn't work, I'm done. I've got nothing left. So on October 3rd, we had our third baby. So in a 2-month period, I lost my mom, had a baby, started a business. So 3 life-changing events in, basically a 30-day period. And so it was probably the most stressful time of my life. Plus, there's no money in the bank. So you got all that going on, plus there's no money, plus you're trying to start a business that you hope is going to provide for your family. And it was tough, but we were able to somehow rally together. We launched on October 20th, and our first boot camp started with, I think, 8 people, and we've grown it up to over 90, and very quickly. Revenue speaking, it was the first month we made about $2,700, and by the 5th month we were making about $16,000 a month in revenue. And the beauty of boot camp compared to one-on-one training is, one-on-one they do a package, it runs out, you got to resell them on the package. With this is continuity income, which means every month it's just automatically billed. So every month, instead of having to go chase $34,000 like I did with the old studio, I'm waking up on the first to $16,000 in the bank, but an overhead of $4,000 a month. Having a business now that has given me some financial freedom has changed my life, not only my life, but my family's life. My wife was working when I first launched the boot camp. She had a full-time job, and we had 3 kids. So when she was at work, I would go to boot camp, come home, she would go to work. I would take care of my 3 kids while running the business, meaning marketing and all the stuff you have to do to, when you're out of the trenches. I was doing that stuff with 3 kids on my lap, basically, because she had to go to work. And because of the success we've had, she's now left her job. She's now a stay-at-home mom, taking care of the 3 kids, which is great for her. That's what her passion is. That's what she's always wanted to do. So she's happy. And, when the wife's happy, the whole house is happy. And number 2 is I now have freedom to run the business. Trying to market or, write sales copy or write an article for a magazine or something like that with 3 kids running around is next to impossible. So now when something comes up, or even like a public speaking gig that in the past I would have had to turn down, because I have my kids, now I have the freedom to do that and grow the business even more so. So having the financial freedom has given me the freedom to grow my business, and it's given me freedom actually to be more available to my clients and to my staff and make me a better owner and a better boss and a better trainer. But it's also given my wife the life that she's always wanted, which is really cool for me to see.
Switching to the boot camp has been one of the most amazing things for our family, just from a perspective of it's much more centrally located to the house. We see him a lot more. He's able to work from the house a tremendous amount, so he's able to kind of chunk his time so that he's able to participate with the kids, all throughout the day. The financial freedom that the boot camp has provided to us has been amazing. We have 3 children, and I'm pregnant with our 4th. I'm blessed to be able to stay home with the kids and take care of them. We did just take an 8-day vacation to Destin. Didn't have to worry about, the boot camps. They were able to continue on and run themselves without, Jason having to be, an integral part. He's been able to build enough of a wonderful support staff that, we don't have to worry about it. As a result of working with MPE, I've seen Jason really blossom. I saw him, he always had confidence in himself and his ability, but I think that from just the resources available to him, whether it's other owners, Sean, Eric, they're so available to him, and it's been so beneficial. I think, I know for an absolute certainty that we would never have been where we are without MPE.
One of the greatest things about MPE for me has been the ability to pick up the phone or send an email whenever I needed to and have my own little panel of experts that can advise me and send me in the right direction whenever I need it. And that's always been really cool for me because there's honestly never been one time when I've needed help and I didn't get it, and didn't get it quick. So that's, a lot of times things pop up, in your business that you need help now. You need to go make money now, or you have an obstacle that you need to get around right now. And having somebody there, whenever you need them is very, very powerful, and has helped me countless times over the last few years, and I'm very, very thankful for that. My first year in business, we were able to gross about $180,000, and our net was about $120,000. So far cry from where we were in the studio days, where we would bring in maybe $36,000 a month in revenue, which is, a lot of money, but your overhead's $33,500. Well, with this, we're making $12,000, $11,000, $13,000 a month every month. And it's a business model that is going to continue. And it wasn't like we signed up 92 people and it trailed off. It's growing and continues to grow. And just that feeling of not having to worry about money anymore is one of the best feelings in the world. The irony of it all is that now that I'm not worrying about making money anymore, I'm making 100 times what I was making when I was worried about money so much. So I think obsessing about it, was counterproductive. And now when I'm not thinking about it, not worrying about it, it's not about the money, it's about the clients. Now I'm making more money than we've ever made before. If you're thinking about investing in NPE and you're questioning whether or not it's the right move for you, you're not to use this word, but you'd be a fool not to. If you're making a ton of money, you're happy, you're free, you have everything you ever want out of your business, then, maybe you don't need to. But if you want to make more money, you want to have more freedom, you want to have a better life, you want to have a better future, then if you don't have those things now and you're not quite sure how to get them, in my mind, you have no choice. The choices are continue to struggle or join an organization that can actually teach you how to run your business the right way, teach you how to market, teach you how to make money, teach you how to have the life you always wanted, because without them, I think for most people, unless you're a business guru, you're going to struggle without them. So I would say as quick as you can, become a part of the organization, because I believe it really will change your life.